here at Bridge Road Early Learning Centre in Richmond. So this is our preschool room, our funded preschool kindergarten program. So yesterday we took the children out for our Nature Play Exploring Country excursion, which takes place every Tuesday.
We get them all prepped, ready for the excursion, which means getting water bottles filled up, making sure we've got jackets or appropriate clothing and shoes on, sunscreen. We then put on their vests as well.
We talk about road safety, crossing the roads, traffic, and expectations, so holding our partners' hands.
And yeah, we just line them up. We do a roll call. So I myself or Taylor will normally do a roll call in the checklist.
We walk to Burnley Park, which is our reserve space, and yeah, embark on our Nature Play program.
So we want to provide the outdoor experiences for children, and what the outdoor experiences enable children to do is explore through a sensory sense, so they can have sensory enjoyment, they can hear nature, they can feel nature, they can feel the weather, the elements, because children aren't really exposed to that, and childhoods have changed over time. For our families with their hectic lives, children aren't engaging as much in the outdoors. Childhood should be messy. Childhood should be loud. Childhood should be creative. Childhood should be fun.
Don't forget to scream!
Nikita and I set up the program about 6 months ago now. We started the initial process of setting up essentially a bush kinder. Bush kinder didn't really reflect our community. We're in a city and we don't have bush surrounding us, so that was one of our challenges. How would we set up a nature play for children? We did home visits and we found that a lot of families were living in very tight apartments with very limited space outside, and we noticed children spending long periods of time in our outdoor space. So that was a really natural progression for us to set up a space that children had uninterrupted time in a space that was very natural.
And as soon as you get them in that nature space, their confidence just shows, and they're really engaged in picking up sticks and writing their name in the ground, or collecting gum nuts and counting with them. They're using whatever is in their environment as an extension of the classroom, I guess.
So I feel like when they have their own space and they're going out as just their group, they just feel like they can be a little bit more free and really, let their imaginations out and scream as loud as they want and, run as far as they can.
And just play.
Yeah, and be themselves.
Just have fun and play, and children learn best through play.
Yeah.
What we want to do is enable children to work together collaboratively, or even have independent individual explorations to challenge themselves, to investigate, to inquire, rather than adults being enforcing or telling them what they should learn. We're allowing children to be their own investigators. Open-ended, free play in nature, and that's what we want them to have.
So, me personally, I get a flashback from when I was in primary school and the excitement of leaving school. You're leaving all your friends behind and you're like, yes, I'm going on a new adventure. Every day for nature play is different. They're never the same.
So So a lot of the games are child-led. We do set a provocation for the children, especially now that we're really early on in the program. We will read a story to them. Yesterday we did Wombat Stew, and that sets the provocation for our session.
I do enjoy a lot of role play. I personally do a lot of drama and acting outside. So to put on that play and excitement for them and to extend on their play, to me, I believe you have to be a child to work in childcare.
Yeah.
You have to have that inner kid inside you and excitement to feed off their excitement and their play. And if they're playing as, so for example, we did do that we were going on a bear hunt. And from the back, I'd noticed that no one was coming out to be the bear at the end of the story. So I quickly ran around the front and popped out from behind the tree and pretend to be the bear.
Oh, Spider-Man got me! Oh no! Save me! Save her, quick! Spider-Man got me! Oh, thanks, Eddie!
We do a lot of guided meditation in the space as well, and talk about our surroundings and what we can hear and what we can feel. And recently we've talked about the energy that we get from the trees and how they help us breathe. And so we do a little fun activity where the children can go and pick a favourite tree and give it a hug and really connect with nature.
Let's have moments of quiet, moments of just being, because we don't have enough of that in our lives, and it's so busy, and technology to take a part of it. Technology is great, but it shouldn't be everything in childhood. Like I said, be loud, be noisy, play, enjoy it.
Can you put it on me?
Okay, but it runs really fast, okay? You can't feel it on your skin though, can you, Zoe? I can't feel it running. Look, it's running.
Running.
And it's great to get down with the children and become engaged in their play. So being a part of an extension on their play, which is great. Getting down to their level, getting messy with them, climbing trees with them, pretending the log is a rowboat.
Children are growing in confidence and self-esteem. They're able to take more risks. They're calculated risks though. The children are weighing up, what should we do? Should we not do that? And they are safe because we have enabled the space to be safe, but we want them to challenge themselves a little bit more. We don't want our children at Bridge Road to be the bubble wrap generation. We want them to be creative thinkers. We want them to be explorers, and we want them to facilitate their learning.
We collect things on our nature play and we use it back in our classroom. For example, we might do some clay work and create habitats, or use it with our Play-Doh. So really understanding that if something's on the ground, we can take it and respect it and use it in a new way.
We can offer that extended education when we're out there. It might be something as little as, we saw a tree yesterday with sap coming out of it. It's just good that we can be in the nature, someone can see that, and then the children, we're there to answer their questions about it, and then we can teach about something we didn't even think we were going to teach. It's just always open-ended. They're free to ask us questions, and I feel like sometimes we are just watching around and they don't need us almost sometimes.
No, at the start, I would say at the beginning that they did kind of need us. They were using us as like a security blanket, and then now they've
got a weight lifted, and they can take responsibility for their actions, and they do look at us for constant contact all the time, but they know they're safe and they know we're always watching them, so they feel comfortable enough to go and explore as they want to.
So that's where we can see an effect on their self-esteem, their motivation, their independence, their sense of identity, that they're going, okay, that hasn't worked, but the adult's not jumping in to solve the issue. They are playing together or individually to problem solve, to work out the next steps. And those are the life skills which we're hoping to give our children through the kindergarten program. So those life skills should take them through primary and secondary school, because they've got this strong sense of self, this strong sense of it's okay for it not to work out. I'm going to try different strategies to get it to work out, rather than there's one right or wrong answer. At Nature Play, there's no one right or wrong answer. Let's see what happens if we do this. If it rains, what's going to happen to that soil? Oh, we've got mud. What should we do with that mud? Let's go jump in that mud. Let's go squelch that mud. Let's go feel that mud. Yes, we get dirty, but that's part of play. That's part of childhood. And then the children are doing so many amazing things, and you can see them holistically growing because there's science there, there's technology, there's engineering, there's language, there's communication. There's so many things happening by exploring a site out in nature.
Promise to look after it, the animals and the people too. Hello land, hello sky, hello friends, hello me. We all work as a team. We all are very respectful that we are experts in our own field.
We just gel together.
Yeah.
Everybody in life has strengths and weaknesses.
I feel like here at Bridge Road we've got, our team is like a family. We know each other inside and out. We've had a lot, like Taylor said, we've had a lot of children come straight through from nursery all the way up to kinder, and we've watched them grow. So all the way through their early childhood life.
I could tell them information about a certain bug, and then they've gone home and told their families, and then the families come back and tell me what I've taught them, and I think, wow, like I can't believe they soaked all that information up. It's really rewarding.
Yeah.
It is. It's really nice.
It helps us love our job.